up, y'all? It's me, Erica, and we are down here. Peace, y'all. Take care of each other. Protect your energy. What's up, y'all? It's me, Erica, and I'm down here, honey. We are down here, too, to talk about Real Housewives of Atlanta. Now, I did not take notes, and I laid down about 9:30. I was in Sophia Petrillo mode. I laid down about 9:30, and I was like, okay, I can watch. Let me watch it. Let me put it on, and I'll take notes. I'm gonna be right here under this tree, honey, because this position of this tree and the sun. I'm not in my regular parking space, y'all. So we'll see. I'm trying to be in a cooler area, but this guy right here, he's on his motorcycle and he's parked right here. So I was gonna park there, but he's there. So go ahead and like, subscribe, and comment. Let the diva know you stopped by. I have not taken any notes. I'm just gonna go by the scenes. So I'm gonna pull it up real quick, and go by the scenes. This morning I was just reading some of your comments on different videos and stuff like that, and someone was saying that it felt like Dubai is wasteful, and I was like, yeah, I feel it's really wasteful, and I didn't feel that from Young, Famous, and African. I did not get a wasteful energy around them at all. I did not get that at all. I understood their flashiness, their flamboyantness, where they were in terms of wealth, but I didn't get wasteful from them. So anyways, so let's go to Real Housewives of Atlanta. It was a good episode. It's a pretty good episode. Got to see She by Herself. Why was the episode called She by Herself? Diva called me Saturday and was hollering in the phone. I was like, what is happening? What is going on? He was like, Diva, why is the episode called She by Herself? I said, how do you know what the episode is called? I was like, is it in the DVR? Is it in the DVR? He was like, no. I think Dustin, shout out to Dustin Ross. He tweeted it. Well, that the episode was called She by Herself, because Sheree know good and goddamn well she shouldn't have been out there like that at 52 years old. I'm sorry. Like, there are decades that you have, like, I feel like there are decades in life where we can give you grace based on not knowing the type of man that you're coming in contact with. So it's easy to kind of dupe you and to kind of hustle you into a relationship. I told you the way that men relate to women is very deceptive. But in the decade of 50s, I feel like you've had enough experience with different types of men that you wouldn't deal with certain behaviors. Outside of the fact that this man was in jail and you played yourself and went up to the jail house and wore a shirt that said wifey, girl, what? Like, you too old for that. That's something that you would see, like, you might be 20, 30. I'll even give you 30s, early 30s. I'll even give you that. But 20s is the limit to where you going up to the jailhouse, visiting somebody that you're not you're not married. Y'all not married. There's nothing that was happening prior to him going to, like, keep you, like, to keep you bound to, this is my man and he's in jail. But he went to jail and then he comes out and he can't travel. You are with a man who is a ward of the state. He is not even his own person. You are dating an enslaved person. According to the U.S. Constitution, until he has been released, I feel like he's considered enslaved. You could be, that's what they say in the 13th Amendment. That's the loophole they got in there. Ain't they some motherfuckers? Ain't they some motherfuckers? I said, God damn it. Loopholes and all kind of shit. But anyway, I feel like Sheree, at 52 years old, this is like a rookie mistake. This is a rookie mistake. That's what we call those. That's what I called Mimi Foss when she did a porn and was hanging from the shower rod. That at her age, that's a rookie mistake. That's something you do when you don't like nobody. You have no support. You don't know these men. You haven't met this type of man before, because they come in all packages. Look at Ralph. Look at Todd. Look at Mark. Look at Ross. Look at who else? Tyrone. Look at all those different men and look at what each of the women have to deal with in terms of these men. It's impossible as a woman dating it's not impossible as a woman dating to come across a man like Todd, Ralph, Tyrone, Ross. Who else? Who else is on that show? Mark. I'm going to use Mark for Kenya. Mike Hill. Greg Leaks. Like, we can go down the Peter Thomas. Look at all those men. Different things about them that is just like, girl, why? You wouldn't know. You wouldn't know it until you were in it. So that's what I'm saying. It was a rookie mistake. The whole relationship is a rookie move. You don't wait for no man at 50 years old. You don't wait for no man in jail. I'm sorry, y'all. I'm sorry. You just don't. What are you getting out of that? How is that benefiting you? What are you doing? He's benefiting from you literally pausing your life. And then, like I said it when I was talking about Mazzy and Amy. I said it when I was talking about Shorty and Kenneth. I feel like there's a badge, an achievement, a public humiliation badge that, like Khloe Kardashian, she got a bunch of public humiliation badges from one nigga. But I feel like that's part of the Black woman experience, is to have this type of man. And like, again, look at all the type of men in this group with these women and look at them. And it's like, you got to choose. How do you say it? You got to, what is it called? The lesser of two evils. You got to pick the lesser. Like, it's like, out of all those men, Peter Thomas, Mike Hill, Todd Tucker, Mark Daly. Look at Mark Daly. Do you know how many women would fall over their feet trying to get to a narcissist, a smug, arrogant narcissist like that? A beauty queen picked him. That's when they be like, oh, I have something for y'all. I'm going to read it to y'all. I'm going to get into the review. I'm sorry, because I feel like I just want to talk about this episode. But the thing with Sheree, it really was like, how much grace do you give a 50-year-old woman who willingly, and then will even like, and then at next week, she's like, I'm not ready to give up on him. So I don't have no grace for you at all. Because while you was over there with Tyrone, I was down to the bank cashing checks. Okay, that's the Tyrone that Nene was talking about. That's the Tyrone that was publicly humiliated on Sunday night. He would never have access to me after that. That is a boundary. Number one, he couldn't even call her and tell her, sending her to voicemail. You have another man, your child, you have another man call for you and say, hey, he couldn't make it 100 miles away. You couldn't call, you couldn't text. Did they confiscate your phone? Like, what the fuck? And you have no respect for her, not enough respect to even call her and say, I'm not going to be able to come. Don't even, when you get there, don't even get out of the van, because I can't come. They're not going to let me come. And I don't even want you on TV waiting for me. That's what a fucking man would have done. A man who cared about the person looking like a fucking idiot on television. And Sheree knows. She knows what we all gonna say about it. She already knows. I feel stupid calling her daughter. I feel stupid. Her daughter probably thinks you're stupid. She probably thinks you're stupid too. Like, goddamn, mom. Goddamn, mom. What kind of fucking nigga is this? Why did you pick this dude? And then after you pick him, he disrespects you. You still thinking, without a brain, clearly, still thinking about not letting him go. Tyrone must have some money. It ain't. It's. I don't even think, because I'm not going to even reduce you down to a primal, low level, savage idea that the only reason why she's staying with him is because it's dick. No, he gotta have some money. It has to be, because there's no fucking way. And Kenya told her, girl, okay, now you didn't give him one chance. I strike one. She said more like strike 50. Are you trying to get every strike for how old you are? He got two more? Like, come on, Sheree. Like I said, I'll give you grace if you was like 20, 30, early 30s, because, like, again, if you're dating, there's the type of man that you like come across and you're like, you don't really know, so you got to stay in it for a little while to see if he really is. But honey, I hear the girls now, the sign of the first red flag, they don't wait to see the second one pop up out of the ground. The first one pop up out of the ground, they put on their goddamn shoes and they're out. They grab their keys and their purse and they out. And I love that for them, because there's so many men in the world that if one acts up, there's another one. They're like buses, honey. They'll come every 30 minutes if you allow them to. If you see one red flag that goes against what you said that you want for yourself, there's no, oh, I need to see. Oh, no. You don't need to see shit. He's showing you. And there's no reason why Sheree should be like, well, I'm still thinking about, I'm not ready to let him go. Bitch, you better have a fucking bag over there. That's the only reason. I'm not going to even say the dick, because when y'all be like, oh, it must be the dick. You know how you reduce yourself down to an animal, that you would allow yourself to be publicly humiliated because of some dick? Stop saying that. So it has to be some money. It really does. It has to be. So they're sitting at the table and they're talking about the situation with Ralph. So Drew is trying to make excuses for Anthony, because I don't think that her plan worked the way that she thought, right? She thought she was going to say, Anthony is talking about Sheree and saying Sheree don't pay people and all this other stuff. I don't think she was prepared to know that Anthony was talking about her and her husband, saying that Ralph was gay. That's right. That's right. She's right. Kenya is right. When Kenya was sitting there telling Sheree that what Drew said, the assistant said about her, Sheree didn't say, well, he said that her husband was gay too. She didn't say nothing. She didn't say anything. So I'm going to give it to her for that. But the bone carrier, she really can't say anything to Kandi. Not the bone carrier. Now, unless they had an agreement before the cameras went up that we were going to respect each other in a certain way, and we weren't going to be carrying bones around, but Kandi was doing what you normally do. It's carrying bones. Kandi got a bag of bones, honey. Have you seen us on page 6? Okay? Kandi carry the bones, and then she back up out of it like she's neutral. I done clocked Kandi from the first season she was on this show. I know her for her works. Now, Sheree is upset because Kandi didn't say nothing to her first. Now, in real life, she would go to her and be like, girl, she's talking about you, but you went to everybody else. Now, it wasn't that major. Everybody knows. Shout out to Trout Mouth. I was so annoyed when I saw that Trout Mouth heathen at the end of Dubai. Everybody knows that Sheree don't pay people. So it's no tea. Everybody knows it. Everybody knows it. So it wasn't something that it was like, girl, Tyrone got another woman in Philly. It wasn't something like that. It was like, girl, she don't pay people, but everybody knows she ain't never paid nobody, ever, never. So Kenya gets a phone call. She gets a phone call, and it's the arrogant, pompous asshole Mark. I don't think I have as much. I don't think there's any husband in this franchise that I can't stand most than Mark Daly. I think Ralph is right behind Mark Daly. I cannot stand him. And I'm telling you, when Kenya picked that dude, I kept saying she is a fool for that. He loved bomb her. They got married so fast. He gave her they got the baby. They did the IVF and all that stuff. They got the baby. And then I know she saw his character and his behavior before she married him. I mean, probably not before she married him. No, she couldn't have seen it before she married him because he scooped her up so fast and loved bombed her. But he wants her to come pick up Brooklyn because he has to work. Motherfucker, you don't see these cameras around me? I'm working too. I'm not picking her up. Can you send the au pair to come get her or something? He wants to inconvenience Kenya. He wants to be, this is why you have to be sure on who you want to have children with. Because if the man wants to act like he cares about the child, he is going to make your life miserable. He's going to make your life miserable. I feel like Mark hates Kenya. I don't know why, but I feel like he hates her. Like he's the type of man that this woman with all of these accomplishments and has made history as the second black Miss USA. I need to break this woman down. And he was doing it. And he's able to do it. And I tell you, Kenya, don't be no fucking fool, because if you do some research, you will understand that a narcissist parent is no good for any child. None. No child. No matter how much you want that child in their father's life, a narcissist parent is no place for a child. Trust me. Especially a little girl. No, it's any child. I don't give a fuck. Any child. And now he's making it. And then if I'm not mistaken, he hasn't seen the girl in like 3 months. So you have no time to fly down to go see her, stay in a hotel. Kenya, stop making adjustments for him. Stop the bigger person shit. Get that shit the fuck out of here. You will never win playing the bigger person. It doesn't serve you. It doesn't serve you. Do you see how you look right now? Well, Kandi was telling her, let him put forth the effort. Let him put forth the effort. You stop putting forth the effort. If he doesn't put forth the effort and he doesn't see his child in years, that's his problem. You don't make adjustments or accommodations. Mark has money. He has access. He can make arrangements. He can have a nanny, whatever, the same thing Kenya does, so that she is helped and she has, accommodations for her baby as she's traveling around with her child. Mark can do the same thing. Kenya doesn't have to make accommodations for him. Even Kandi was looking at her like, bitch, you sound dumb as fuck. That's how she was looking at her, because that's how you sound. And you 52 as well. Y'all, I don't know. And now she's stressed out. So they're talking about the underwear, and Marlo tells Kandi, the sex talk, you saw Todd sip his drink. The sex talk is too much. He was probably like, it's too much considering she don't be doing shit. I've always said people who just talk about sex, they ain't doing shit. I don't like a person who's preoccupied. Everything got to be sex. And then she said something about Marlo need to loosen up. No, you need to tighten up. Tighten it up. Stop being so fucking loose. No, we don't want to be loosened up, girl. God. Don't nobody want to have a dildo up their ass. And now you want to put a damn electrocution device up. What if the thing starts to short? What if it starts to short? Because the girl done got aroused, and now the juices is getting into the crevices of the remote. And now you're like, wait, I ain't pressing it. She like, bitch, I'm being electrocuted. You want us to walk around tomorrow with some shit in our damn coochie? That shit was so funny to me. Okay, what's happening next? Okay, so they also said, like, who's the most famous person that has ever flirted with you or tried to get your attention or whatever? Kandi says Gerald Levert. Kenya says Prince. And then everybody online was like, that's not his type. He like the light skins. But girl, let me tell you something. Somebody posted a picture of Kenya from back in the day, bitch. I don't give a fuck. Prince, I believe her. I believe that Prince hit on her. I believe her. I believe her. I believe her. I believe Drew, because there's documentation that Drew has been rumored to date LeBron James. Girl, not LaQuan James. LeBron James. I talking about, well, hasn't he been with his wife since high school? Girl, what the fuck does that mean? What does that mean today for a basketball player at that? Not just an average nigga, you can't even say that about, but let alone a motherfucker who like LeBron James? Girl. That's like saying Magic been with Cookie for 30 years. So what? He was fucking everybody. Magic Johnson was fucking everybody. Or the basketball players be fucking everybody. He was with Savannah. Girl, what the fuck does that mean? What does that mean to Drew? It means something to LeBron. Maybe he should have not sent Drew over a drink. I believe Drew. Yeah, I believe Drew. Tyrone's not coming. She lets the people know he will not be coming. He's gonna try and come for a matinee. The matinee that comes out on February 30th. That's when he will go. Next February, on the 30th of February, that's when Tyrone wants to go to a matinee. Kandi talks about, how great the play is doing. The people are really excited about it. I think it's a great play for men to go see. Basically, the way they described it was, I think it's 7 characters with displaying 7 different emotions. Ross said he was able to relate to all the characters. I think it's a great idea. I think it should be packed with men. I think they should show it to boys in college. I think they should make it a play, make it a movie. I really think that's something like a tool that can be used so that men can have access to their emotions. We live in a patriarchy, and part of one of the rules of patriarchy is that men are emotionless, not emotionalist, emotionless. And the only emotion that they have a relationship with is anger. So I think from beginning, that should be a movie turned into a movie, Kandi, and shown to high school kids, college kids, so that they can understand it's okay. And you can't talk to the older generation. You have to start it young. You have to deprogram the societal messaging that tells boys, all boys, not just black boys, but all boys, boys to men, don't have access to your emotions, because that would mean that you're feminine. And in a patriarchy, anything feminine is shunned, no matter who expresses it. Women, as you could see, are shunned in a system of patriarchy, or anyone displaying feminine traits or femininity. Gay men, they have that experience as well. Feminine gay men have that as well. Right? Men who are straight and just are feminine, they have issues with that as well. You have other women who will tell men, I don't like to see no man being emotional, crying ass nigga. They help with that. Women help with enforcing the destructive rules of patriarchy. So I think it's important that a play, a movie, or whatever that shows boys to men that it is okay to access all of your emotions. And your emotions are neither masculine or feminine or anything like that. Because if you are taught in a world that everything feminine is bad, and then you align certain emotions to femininity, those boys feel like they can't access that emotion. And so they suppress it, and then it comes out in different ways. And then they're online looking like King Harris. Sonya tells Kenya she don't fuck with Drew. The way that she's moving, I can't move with people like that. And I think that's perfectly fine. You can befriend someone and on sight think that they're a great person, but then you start seeing how they interact with other people, not just you. That's why it's important when you are with friends and people you're dating that you see how they interact, especially with service staff. That's the test for me. How they deal with service staff, how they tip, all that stuff is a question of character for me. So if I see that you're behaving in a way that I'm supposed to be cool with you, but you're behaving in a way that I can't defend you, I don't think we'll be good friends. I want to be able to stand next to my friend if they, are not operating from their higher self and they need a little reminder. But if you're doing shit that I wouldn't fucking do, and I don't agree with, putting hands in people's faces, lying about the 21 days, like we don't really know if that's real, you seem like a scammer, I'm not hanging out with you. Nor do I want anyone to think that, because as we all know, birds of a feather. So I don't even want anybody to think that I'm anything like this girl. Because the way she moves, I don't fuck with that shit at all. And that's basically what Sanya says. And I can't wait until her mom says next week that Drew don't want it with her. And you saw how when she brought it up at the table, Drew was like, oh, you should have not. Was it at the table? No. It was in the room. She was like, oh, you should have told me that when I picked you up when you're tired, when your car got hit. You see how she plays tit for tat. She's learned that from her husband. That's what they do in their relationship. I could have told, but when you picked me up that day, you hadn't put your hand in Sheree's face. You hadn't lied about this. Not like I'm hearing about your 21 days and then you say you had a mommy makeover and your body looked like it's been in the dryer with no heat. I don't know who you need to see, but that body needs to be tighter, boo-boo. I don't know who did your mommy makeover. It don't look good to me. I'm sorry. I said that this morning. I said they're going to get mad because I'm a body shame Drew. Her body looks like it was in the dryer with no heat. And then she's sitting up there lying about this thing. But I'm making money, though. I'm making money. What are you making money? You're not even being authentic in your representation. You are misrepresenting the whole thing. And when Marlo was fucking with her, Marlo was like, oh, all the people. That's how the site. Because she was like, I've caught Drew's lie tick. I've caught it. I got it. And I took a screenshot of it. I was like, I was slowing it down. I was like, okay, I see. That's how you have to observe people. I'm really funny like that. I observe people. And when you see a person lie, you don't really call them out on the lie. You watch and you watch their tick. Then when they lie again, you see if the tick is present. You have to, follow a pattern. You got to see a pattern of behavior before you're like, okay, this is what this person does when they lie. Free game for y'all. Okay. So I caught Drew's lie, and it's a facial expression that she does right before she lies. I took a screenshot of it, and I'm going to wait until I see it again before I share it with y'all, just so I can make sure I have it right. Because there's several ticks that people have when they lie, but when they're most comfortable in their lie, they do the same thing unconsciously, right? Whether it's a wink really quick or that, or they'll do something before they or in the midst of the lie or before they tell the lie. You just got to watch. And you don't say it, and please don't tell them what the tick is, okay? Don't tell them what the tick is, and then they will adjust their behavior and you won't see it again, okay? Okay. Don't be like, I know when you wink your eye, you lying. No, just watch it and be like, okay, I already know he's lying, so whatever. They lying, so whatever. I already know, right? Drew is lying, talking about, oh, the site crashed. Shut the fuck up. You ain't got no fucking site. You're taking these people's money. You're banking on the low self-esteem of thousands of women that the beauty industry banks on. You've gone and did your body, and now you're saying what Marlo said was right. Marlo said, oh, you're doing how to keep your body up after surgery? That's what you should have done. And nobody has done that. That's what you should have done. That bitch gave you some free business advice, because you should say, I went and had a mommy makeover, and now I'm going to keep the weight off. And this is how I want y'all to do to keep the weight off. And you can be you don't have to be the service for women that haven't had surgery. You can be the service for women who had surgery and who need to develop a mindset so that they can maintain that body by working out. Marlo gave you a good idea. That's what I would have done instead of just being a fucking liar. That shit is whack as fuck. You look whack and you whack. You a whack bitch. Didn't what's her name call you a whack bitch? That's you whack. You whack. And I'm glad they got her ass and was like, girl, the site don't work. They went to the site and everything. Did you see Marlo try to put it on Kenya? Kenya was like, I wasn't even looking. It was Marlo trying to see. Bitch, did you catch that shade? Bitch, did you catch that shade when Marlo was like, that's why we all single, because we don't follow the rules. Sheree sitting there like, bitch, I'm not single. My man, even though he's a ward of the state and can't travel over 100 miles, I'm not single. No, you single, boo. You single, girl. We all single here. Drew and Ralph are weird. And Sheree is like, girl, I'm the workout queen, honey. Summer, spring, fall, every fucking season, I'm the workout. What did Nene say that Sheree's legs look like baseball bats? Bitch been strong. She by Sheree been strong, okay? And that's a perfect, like Marlo with the wigs. We see that didn't go nowhere, right? Because that's not her thing. Fashion, ghetto fashion, hood, what is it called? Ghetto fabulous fashion. That's Marlo's shit. That's her lane, and there's nothing wrong, and she's doing her thing. That's why she's thriving in it, because it's authentically her. When you doing stuff just to get a bag, when I tell you I cannot stand a motherfucking paper chaser, I can't stand you niggas, because you chasing bags and it's inauthentic, it doesn't fit your personality, and it's not sustainable. It's not sustainable. Drew, that does not fit your personality. It is not sustainable. Fits Sheree's personality. It even makes sense for Sonya, who is a athlete. It makes sense for them. Not for you, boo. Now, like I said, unless you want to switch the business plan and say, hey, I'm marketing to women who have had surgery and needs to change their mindset so they can maintain their body by working out, that's the key. I want my 20%, bitch, because I know that's what you're gonna do. Kenya said you can go you can go to my site, honey. You can even order and have stuff shipped to your door, girl. So they said Kenya apologized to Ralph. She said she was projecting. Sonya told Drew that she don't really get down with her. Drew tried to tell her, girl, you didn't say that to me when I picked you up when you got into a car accident. Okay, we have fat loss camps. So we have 6 in Chicago, 1 in Atlanta, 1 in Florida. And they're all looking at her like you're a fraud. You know that ain't nothing but a Facebook group. Stop it, Drew. Girl, you know that ain't nothing but a Facebook group. Kandi said, I can't get jiggy with that shit. Kandi said, no way. I am not even promoting that. I'm not endorsing it. I can't get behind you, girl. That shit is looking fake. Look. This problem going on. My Achilles is hurting by all of this happening in the inside. I got hernia repair. I think what's happening is everybody wondering, is this some legit stuff? Is it legit? It's legit. Is it legit? I think that's it, y'all, because I talked about Sheree enough. The producer said he wasn't coming. Exactly. I don't know what's going on. What does it mean when you call someone, it ring and then it go busy? It ring and then it go busy. It means that you blocked. It means that, yeah, when it rings, I don't know. I haven't had the experience when it rings and goes busy, But when it rings and goes to voicemail, somebody sent you the voicemail. Like, it rings a couple of times if it picks up on its own. Like, the voicemail, the person doesn't send you the voicemail. But I haven't had the experience of calling someone and being blocked and it like ring and then starts a busy signal. I haven't had that. But that's what her daughter said, that it is, you've been blocked. It wasn't quite 100 miles. They did a little thing. Somebody said it was 94. I mean, on the thing it said it was 94 miles. She calls her daughter. She looked fly as hell sitting at that table with all the damn fur on, but he wasn't coming. And there's no way, Sheree, you have to have more pride in yourself. That's it. That's it. That's it. If you are feeling a way that you know you don't like this feeling, this frequency, I don't like this. Why would you continue? Why would you continue? I don't even think I finished my thought about Mark Daly, but he ain't shit. Did I finish? I don't know if I finished, but he ain't shit. He ain't never gonna be shit. And that girl shouldn't be around him if he's a narcissist. And I'm pretty sure that he is, because he gives all the signs. I'm sure a doctor would diagnose him if he thought that something was wrong with him and actually set his raggedy ass down at a table and got evaluated. I'm sure they would tell him he has MPD, because it's clear. It is clear. Anyway, Sheree, back to your wreck of a man. No, absolutely not. We're not doing those. You're too old for that, Sheree. That's something that conversation between you and your daughter, that's something that should have been flipped. That should have been your daughter. Like, I'm out here waiting for Tyrone. He hasn't come. It's been 2.5 hours. That you should have been on the other line, baby girl. Don't let this man do this to you. That's strike one. Now that's strike 50. Strike 50. And for what? What is the prize? What do you get, girl? What do you get? What are you getting out of this? Like I said, I don't know if y'all want to get your little Girl Scout vest filled with public humiliation badges, public humiliation achievements. I guess that's what it is. Just fill your little badge, your little vest up with all the little badges of somebody going like this because they so goddamn humiliated in public. I don't get it. Khloe Kardashian, I don't know. I don't get the public humiliation thing. That you could only do that. You could try to do that one time. You had her sitting out there for 2.5 hours. No. And then next week, Sheree talking about, the producer comes up. He's not coming. Well, why didn't he call? Why didn't you call her? You couldn't have done that to me. Ain't no way. He wouldn't get no camera time. I wouldn't mention his motherfucking name again on this show. He wouldn't get no motherfucking no shine. I wouldn't miss. Every time I would tell the producers and editors going forward, every time I say Tyrone, bleep it out. That's how you get him. That's how you fuck him up. That nigga. Raggedy ass nigga. And you giving him free promotion? And let me tell you something. It's not like it's going to cut off his access to women. They waiting in line for their public humiliation badge, honey. It's like a rite of passage for black women to be publicly humiliated in some way. And thanks to social media, we're seeing it every day. Every day. Every day a woman is being publicly humiliated over a dude. I don't understand it. That spider's on the outside. I thought it was on the inside. Y'all was about to say, I'm not really scared of spiders, but y'all was about to see the diva get the fuck out of here. Because usually when you mess with them, they start spinning their web. So I thought it was in here, but he's right. He's right here. He's not in here though. But I'm out of here, y'all. Take care of each other. Protect your energy. And let's get down in the comments. Let me not. He ran over here. I tried to get let's get down in the comments. Take care of each other. Let me know what you think about the episode. I know I was all over the place. Like I said, we just do it free form. I didn't take any notes, so I did my best. Hopefully we caught everything. All right. Take care of each other. Protect your energy. Drew is still whack. Peace.